Brad, product specialist here at Kinze, and excited today to talk about our 5700 model planner, specifically our new frame design in our 24-row, 20-inch configuration. We really start at the front, kind of work our way back, and we'll work through some options of how this 5700 planner is equipped. Of course, our 5700 series of planners is taking place of our 4705 model of unit, but this guy is a new addition to that product lineup. We really start at the front with the hitch itself. So we've introduced, and now as a part of the drawbar hitch option, which of course is standard equipment, is an articulating ball swivel style of hitch. So allows less wear on the drawbar, and of course allows you to utilize and take up any pin slot depending on the pin size that you're using on the tractor. Of course, on a 5700 we support both category 4 and category 5 hitches on this design. As we work our way back, again keeping with really what we've introduced on the 4705 is the standard tractor mounted variable displacement PTO pump on this model of machine. The beauty of this design of hydraulics is, number one, you only need 2 remotes to run the entire planter, one for lift and of course one for fold and markers. The nice part is it's a complete self-contained system. The PTO pump itself supplies all of the hydraulic requirement for all of the options that you have on the planter. Of course, a 5700 model planner is all electric drive and all bulk fill configurations. A lot of options, which we'll get into here in a second as far as how you can configure it, but the beauty is no matter what tractor you have on the front of it, as long as it can pull the planter, we can hook up this PTO pump and run the entire unit. So option it the way it fits in your operation and option it the way you want it to be to provide the best performance for you in the field without worry of hydraulic capacity. The beauty of this pump too, again being a self-contained unit, is it has its own dedicated hydraulic cooling fan, and also the ability automatically it will switch direction of that cooling fan to help keep any debris or buildup off of that radiator to again just ensure it operating at maximum efficiency, and of course stays cool as you're driving through the field with all the dirt, debris, etc. in your field as you're driving through it. So truly self-contained unit. Again, we've continued on that tradition of the standard variable displacement PTO pump. As we work back to really the frame itself, and again we talked about it's a 24-row, 20-inch row spacing configuration, obviously a true front fold planner. The biggest addition, of course, this is taking place of our older generation model 3700 in this frame design. We've gone to a 3-section toolbar. So we've introduced 3-section frame, again, just like on our 4705. It provides 30 degrees of travel. So again, terrain to help maximize and fit all those solutions. And of course, a smaller frame design with only a 40-foot model to provide less horsepower required compared to our larger 60-foot, 36-row, 20-inch configuration. So little smaller package, little less horsepower requirement, but all of the feature set that we've introduced on our 4705. As we talked earlier, this is an electric drive only model unit. Of course, it comes with our 5000 series row units, which we've introduced with the 5000 series model lineup. Has both true rate, so our standard vacuum meters, or our true speed configuration, of course, with our high speed metering, and of course comes optional with all of those 5000 series row unit options, from pneumatic down pressure to the adjustable through blue Vantage pneumatic closing wheel option as well. A lot of feature set built into this 5700 model, again with the introduction of our 5000 series row unit. Again, it's a dedicated 3-section frame toolbar. We of course have our hydraulic weight transfer system that we've had on any of our flexing toolbars, and of course with bulk fill being standard equipment on this model configuration, it comes with standard bulk fill scales as well. So again, when we introduce the 05 series, again just adding more features as we increase and introduce a new model, active hydraulic weight transfer. So what we do is take the weight from the bulk fill scales as you fill, or once you get above half of seed capacity, we increase the pressure or the weight transferred out to those wings. So again, helping reduce pinch row compaction, and it's automatically adjusted as of course you plant through the field. So there's nothing you have to do as the user. We all do it behind the scenes, again, operated controlled through our Blue Vantage display. We're sticking with our large capacity bulk fill tank, so we have 120 bushels total capacity for our seed. And of course, we have continued on with our newer style 05 series entrainer. So our entrainer that requires no mechanical agitation, allows for high-speed planting, so really start to maximize and not limit seed flow to the row. Include better support for various seed sizes, and of course increase crop support as well with this new style entrainer that we introduced in the 05 series. So again, just adding more features, continuing to add features for you, the users, in the field as we introduce a new model and a new frame. So lots of bulk fill capacity, easy to use entrainer, of course, with easy clean out, no mechanical agitation to have to deal with, so really make it super simple and keep it easy for you to use in the field. As we work our way up to the front, of course, we are continuing to offer liquid fertilizer on our continuation of the 5700 model frames. The biggest difference as we get into the 5000 series is really the redesigned fertilizer system, kind of from the ground up. And we've really changed and designed it to be, one, more user-friendly, two, better rate control for various orifice sizes. So we've done that several ways. Of course, number one, we start with a large capacity. On this 40-foot design toolbar, we're adding 500 gallons of liquid fertilizer capacity. We've changed the style of pump that we use for our fertilizer system to a positive displacement diaphragm style of pump. We've changed the way our valving works, which really allows us to support anywhere from 3 to 25 gallons an acre, from 3 to 12 miles an hour. Really give you a big window of application, and again, to support the wider speed ranges that you can achieve with our TruSpeed meter offering. It allows a wider range on a per orifice selection. So again, make it easy for you to utilize variable rate prescription maps for fertilizer, or number one, just provide better rate control as you're getting into various speeds with TruSpeed. So with that introduction, again, just a new design fertilizer system under the tank with 500 gallons capacity on this model of frame. The other benefit, and again, with you guys as customers asking for more fertilizer capacity, obviously onboard solution is a 500 gallon piece. We also are offering a factory installed tractor tank hose kit. So up on the hitch, we have this factory installed tractor tank kit on this 40-foot model, which allows you to utilize saddle tanks on the tractor, connect right to the hitch, so everything is nice and integrated into the planter frame when the planter's getting built, to reduce pinching, really maximize flow, and allows you to increase that capacity for your liquid fertilizer. The benefit of that diaphragm style of pump is we can physically pull fertilizer from those tanks on the tractor, so it doesn't require you to utilize another pumping system, all integrated into the display. We manually switch a couple valves both on the planter and of course the large one up at the hitch, and allows you to pull and draw that fertilizer from those tractor tanks. So a full-featured, fully packed toolbar and frame, especially with the fertilizer piece that again is redesigned from previous generations of liquid fertilizer that we've offered. We're going to walk back to the toolbar, kind of walk through the application point at the row unit, and walk through new flow switches as well. As we move back behind the planter, we get to the common rail style fertilizer tube that we've used again for several models, but just again increasing the durability, reliability of our control valve on and off, and our flow sensor on a per row basis. Every row is controlled individually, just like our seed control. So basically the fertilizer back here is shut off anytime the seed is off as well. So they work in tandem. The differences, of course, with previous generation fertilizer systems, as we get into this newer system, we've integrated both the flow sensor to let you know if one of the rows is not flowing or plugged, and the shutoff valve, orifice location, really all in one nice compact piece. The quick turn or the quarter turn piece here, as we take this guy off, is of course where The orifice lives depending on your fertilizer rate and speed. We change our orifice in this location. And of course, our new style flow switch, again, makes it super easy to clean out if something would ever get inside, and super reliable, especially as you get into the lower rate ranges. It's a quick release cap, so our flow switch lives inside this cap. It's a quarter turn rotation. You can then take the cap off, and inside is really a little pinwheel, for a lack of better description. This pinwheel, which has the two magnetic balls on the top of it, of course, as this wheel spins, shows and signifies our sensor, which of course is built into the cap, that fertilizer is flowing to ensure, of course, that fertilizer is coming out. If you need to clean it out, it's as simple as I just walked through of taking off that quarter turn cap, cleaning out any debris that's inside, putting your wheel back together, and you're ready to go. If you need a more significant cleaning, this whole assembly can be removed as one piece, really with just a quick U-clip that's built into the rail itself. There's an alignment pin, of course, that this pinwheel sits on. So once you slide it into the row, your cap goes back on, and you're ready to go back to the field. Again, the quick rail release, you pull your U-clip out, and you can take your whole assembly off to get any larger debris, clean it up at the end of the season, etc. So truly a good design, new and updated to help make it easier for you in the field for both operation and cleanup at the end. We do offer factory installed fertilizer drop tubes that are in the row unit itself, which of course drops the seed right behind the seed tube or delivery tube, depending on your meter option, and drops it right in the trench on top of the seed. Again, a factory installed item. As we get to the row unit, again, we talked about our fertilizer piece, again, true rate or true speed configuration, and all of the enhancements that come with the 5000 series row unit, from, of course, our standard spoke gauge wheels, our gauge wheel mud scrapers. Of course, you see the optional pneumatic controlled closing wheels. All that, again, run through the Blue Vantage display. We're, of course, at the end of our toolbar talking about our fertilizer. One thing I want to mention, of course, is, of course, our optional marker package. Of course, this one doesn't have markers on it today, but it is an optional kit. We've increased and again reduced the maintenance on markers as well. So of course our 5000 series row unit with our shimless gauge wheel arm and our fiber bushings inside that gauge wheel arm pivot to again not require any greasing. We've carried that on to our markers as well. So all of our markers on the 5000 series are a non-greasable fiber bushing style of pivots on all of our marker design. Again, making it easier on you, helping reduce the maintenance and keep that uptime rolling. Of course, at the end, some of the unique features with being a 20-inch configuration and a 5700 model toolbar. You can see I can easily stand in between the row units because, of course, on this frame, all of our tires are on the front of the toolbar, using a combination of VF and IF style tires to again reduce that footprint in the field, reduce compaction, and provide better flotation in all field conditions. And probably the biggest unique feature on this style of front fold toolbar is our wing hooks on the end of the wing, hydraulically activated. What this allows us to do again is not have to be on a perfectly flat location to fold the planter. It makes it a lot easier in various terrains. You don't have to get as close. Once you get the planter about 95, 98% folded in, those wing hooks come down, provide a positive latch. It's easy to see. Physically lock those wings solid, and then of course as you raise your hitch and fully engages those, and you can go down the road. It also provides us class-leading underground clearance for both our transport tires, so both the tires that are on the front, tires on the back, which of course your dedicated transport tires, and under row unit clearance. So best in class transport clearance from under the row unit location to again provide you the ability to tackle all those terrains without worrying about driveways, terraces, etc. when you're in the transport position. 5700 model, new frame, 24 row 20. For more information, please visit Kinze.com or your local Kinze dealer.